But Auditi, just going back to you and the challenges you face in your organization around, how do we make people more conscious of the science of learning, and then also the kind of the rapid developments in AI and how this is running away with us if we're not careful. And certainly in education, it could easily do that. So I'd love to hear from you.
It might make sense for me to do a bit of a framing about who we are at AERDF.
Please do, yes.
As we to help answer this question. So AERDF is an advanced R&D organization with the charge of pursuing breakthroughs in scientific knowledge and technology in order to unlock transformative learning outcomes for our priority learners who are Black and Latino learners and learners experiencing poverty, and ultimately for all learners. So the way we do this is through coordinated 5-year inclusive R&D programs. We currently have 3 such programs. I'll speak more to those later, and we'll soon be announcing our 4th program. And in each of these programs, we bring scientists and scholars together with educators and product developers to pursue new science and technical capabilities through iterative cycles of research, co-design, and testing of prototype products. So one of the foundational assumptions and theories that we have here to address one of the challenges that Lord Knight spoke to when it comes to addressing both the need to generate evidence and also innovation is that can be a very slow, long process to get to high standards of evidence while you are innovating new products. And so by creating an inclusive process where the innovation is happening in context with the researchers iteratively through a co-design and development and R&D process, we believe we can actually shorten the time frame to get to the kind of rigorous evidence that we want to be able to point to. So that's just a little bit about AERDF and what it is that we do and how we approach the work. To bring this to the science of learning, I think it's really important to say that the science of learning is a foundation of all of our work at AERDF. We are ultimately, as I said, we're focusing on marrying scientific knowledge with technical breakthroughs and doing the work in context where the learners that we're prioritizing, where they and their educators are living and learning. And so we start with the science of learning. The science of learning tells us that all children can learn. There is a body of science around how children learn, and very little of this science makes its way into practice, products, and policies. At least in the United States, educators learn very little about the science of learning when they are preparing to go into the classroom and teach. And product developers are rarely building products with the latest science in mind. And as Lord Knight spoke to, policymakers don't pay that much attention to the science of learning. And here they pay much more attention to how we assess students, how we measure students, than they do to how it is that students learn. So our organization was founded with the premise that the science of learning should be the starting point for education R&D, and yet the basic science is not enough. We have to consider the contexts in which learning happens, the challenges that different learners face, and the realities of education systems. And so then we do our R&D within those contexts in order to have real impact. And that is where our prioritization of Black and Latino learners and students experiencing poverty comes into play.